This is the south wall, and this is our electric meter. And even though we have this nice little tarp thing over it, it should have been sealed 3 sides. This is electric power supply conduit, and it should have had a slip joint. And they weren't really doing that when this home was built, to be honest with you. It should have a slip joint so that when the home moves, that it doesn't take the pressure out right here. This electric receptacle outlet goes to the swimming pool light and swimming pool equipment. The light should have its own circuit. There should be an electric receptacle outlet over there for the swimming pool. We'll go into that later. Moving along, inside on the garage north wall is the electric service panel. You see all this stuff that I moved and none of the stuff that I broke. So we're moving all along. What have we got inside of our electric service panel? It's 200 amp service, I think. I can't read it for all the paint. Can you read that? I can't read it. Maybe it says it's on this label here. This label's not in very good shape, is it? I wonder why. I know it's going to say it here somewhere. There it is. 200 amp circuit. Okay, this is hand labeling. It's supposed to be printed. See, it says typical wiring diagram. It's supposed to be printed like that. It's not supposed to be handwritten. It's supposed to be like permanent. So you know what you've got. And you don't know what you've got. You don't know. Okay? It's just a mess. It's supposed to be printed. See where it says Underwriter Laboratory? That is not printing. When this cabinet was installed, this dead front was installed over this. They used the wrong kind of screw. These are machine screws. These are what should have been used. But over here they use these. Those screws will punch a wire and cause a short. Your wires are not supposed to be touching the cabinet. This is called bundling. Okay, L1 and L2 comes in this nice big knockout. We didn't know where it was going to be when it was in the factory. So what we do? We put several of these large knockouts around this. See all these smaller knockouts? Those are for wires. You're not supposed to bring more than 2 wires in at a time. 2 cables in at a time. It's called the skin effect. That's very common. Even the illustration that I've baked into my report is somewhat apologetic, and I hate apologizing for my work, but that was done improperly. That's called bundling. And then we brought some other stuff in, probably for the swimming pool. That'd be here somewhere. But anyway, we brought some other stuff in. Alright, and these knockouts, those are open knockouts. You're supposed to have a connector on those. You think the edge of that can rub on that and short it out? I do. Think you can get in there? I do. That's what I think. Okay. Look at this gap. You're only supposed to have an 1/8 of an inch gap. You got more than an 1/8 of an inch gap. Look at that. Okay, it's compromising the fire blocking. See that? So the cover goes right across the top of here, leaves a gap like that between here and there for your cabinet. You've compromised the fire blocking. There's another open knockout. There's debris in the bottom of the cabinet. Okay? Over here, you're not supposed to double lug neutrals. Oh, we just put it with a ground. You can double lug ground. No, you're not supposed to double lug neutrals. We got double lug neutrals. We got hot wires that should have been wrapped with black tape. If you don't know that's hot, I get it. You don't belong in this cabinet. This main ground should have been wrapped with 4 wraps of white tape. Okay? And then the code says you shouldn't have debris or paint inside of the cabinet. Look where all this paint is. It is everywhere. It's on these white wires. It's on this. It's on all this stuff. It's not on your breakers. And then it's on all this stuff down here. Do you think that paint is between here and here? I do. I do. This cabinet is completely contaminated. Has it been going for a while? It's been going for a while. Could it go a little longer? It might go for a little longer. I don't know. I do not know. Moving in. Just kind of reading some cables here. Okay, just checking on some stuff. This is for the swimming pool. Alright. A couple of these are for the condensing units. I don't know which two. And one's for the oven. Should be GFCI protected like that. That's GFCI protected. There we go. Reset that. Your clothes dryer is supposed to be GFCI protected. It wasn't required when the house was built. Your range is supposed to be GFCI protected. It wasn't required when the house was built. So what do we learn? The box on the other side isn't sealed. We learned that we learned something else here. We got a single ground. Should have two. Open knockouts, gaps. Panel was screwed in with drywall screws. Isn't that fast? Isn't that convenient? If this structure, the manufacturer thinks that nails should have been installed. Nails have much more shear strength. You got little drywall screws in here. If this structure was to experience a tornado, for example, and it blows up your garage, I get it. You've already got a bad day. I get that. But if it had been nailed into place, the likelihood it'd be stayed with some part of the structure. It wouldn't be. It's going to pop out like a pimple as it is, and it'd be chance of a electrician being able to a fireman, a first responder that kind of centralize the debris, makes it kind of safer for them to shuffle through to come in and save you. So cabinet was screwed in. We got gaps are too large. We got open knockouts. We got bundling. We got paint inside the cabinet. We got debris inside the cabinet. Our neutrals are double lugged. We got some white hots, and our grounding wasn't wrapped with white paper white. We do not have GFCI at our clothes dryer. We didn't have GFCI at our oven. We got debris in the cabinet. It was screwed in. Did I say that already? Did I say we got the gaps? Am I basically catching it all here? Read the report and find out.